Another day, another video. This one demonstrating the first bits of writing functionality. In this case, the writing happening is the configuration of the network and subsequently reading it back and making sure that we're actually connected to the network. This is Atari Wi-Fi test number 9. And to kind of further beleaguer this point and really drive point how easy it is to program this thing, I decided to do this in Atari Basic. And we're going to see right here that it's literally loading off of the Atari Wi-Fi and loading a basic program to configure the SSID. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and type that in. It writes the data to the controller here, and we'll see that it actually wrote the configuration and then subsequently tested, waiting for the network and then connected to the network. Now, we'll actually, excuse me, go back into caps here, and we'll show just a bit of what's going on. Since this isn't exposed to CIO yet, I'm not writing a CIO handler, we're literally doing this entirely in SIO. We're creating variables, we're filling them with nulls, setting up the DCBs to write out the configuration. You can see the device number, device units, the commands to set the config. We set the dstatus register to do a write, get the address of our buffer that we're pulling in here, plop that into the DCB, and then once we get the rest of the DCB set up, we immediately take and do a call to SIOV. Just those 4 instructions right there. And then we can check the status of DCB here to see whether or not we timed out, whether or not we got a NAC, or whether or not we got a successful. And at this point, we wait for the network to come back up, and we do a similar call here, where we use the same D unit, so we don't use it again. We just do a read this time, the opposite direction. We go into a separate separate variable that's 4 bytes long, and grab the status. Now, status gives back 4 bytes, and the first byte of that is the status of the network, whether it's connected or not. And again, finally, we check the value of that first byte, and if it's equal to 3, which in this case, that's Control-C right there, which corresponds to hex value 3, then we say that we're connected. Otherwise, we just retry again. So, I mean, that's basically it so far. More to come, but I thought I would do this particular test in BASIC just to prove the point. What do you guys think?